As promised in my last video, I read Danger Boy and the Antagonists, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not reading it sooner because it is awesome. Let's get into the story. So, we are following a character named Satoshi Santos, aka Danger Boy, as he is working against essentially the fascist regime in America. The main tools at his disposal are his hacking ability, his experience as a soldier, and the awesome tech that he has managed to cobble together thanks to his civilian job at a salvage yard. The world presented here is a very familiar looking dystopia, as it's sort of just society now if you extrapolate out the worst parts and throw in superheroes. The book is not even a little bit subtle about who it's taking its shots at in the real world. There are even characters that look a lot like real world figures, but it's presented in a way that I think is really fun. And even though the hero is able to make some gains against these enemies, it's not presented as something that's an easy one and done solution. The book opens with Danger Boy protecting protesters from law enforcement who have turned energy weapons on them. His success in this gains the attention of some so-called supervillains who then attempt to recruit him for a hit against the Statesmen. The Statesmen are essentially a state-sponsored super team that are used for propaganda and violence. The two members we see most in the story are the Patrioteer, who's essentially Captain America if he was a xenophobic militant nationalist, and Hardshell, a hardcore capitalist who is a send-up of Iron Man. And I don't really want to give away what happens in the story because it is definitely worth reading. It's really good stuff, and the art is absolutely amazing, brought to you by Ryan Peacock. I'll show you a couple of pages that I really like. This is great, and then really big fan of the action as well as the messaging in this story. It's cathartic to see bad guys that look a lot like the real life bad guys get punched, but Wooldridge is smart enough to both know and show that that's not necessarily enough to deal with issues that are systemic and societal. He shows in the story that it takes cooperation and hard work, and that there will still be a very real human cost to fighting against fascism. Anyway, I'm a huge fan of this book. Wish I read it sooner, but now I am hoping to invite you all to join me in reading future installments and going back and reading the first one. It's actually a really good time to check it out because the second installment of the story is now on Kickstarter, so you can grab that as well as the first one, or just buy the first one digitally and give it a read. Even if you choose not to back this book specifically, please just support indie comics. There are some great things being made, and we need to make sure that these artists and writers can keep going.